I'm Brian Kunze. Having raised my family here the past 12 years, I understand the challenges we face. With my 16 years of prosecution experience and 27 years in the courtroom, I know I can elevate the standards of the office. We cannot go back. We need a new vision and new leadership. I want to restore public confidence, instill a sense of integrity, and lead by example. We need better character. If you share these values, please vote for me for Nye County District Attorney.
Take public comment. We have public comment in Tonopah for Mr. Flint. Do you want to come up and take...
Mr. Chairman, George Flint again for the record. I have spoken with Mr. Richards, and I need to correct something for the board, and that is that I'm not here representing Mr. Richards per se. Only Mr. Leventhal can do that. Mr. Richards did ask me to attend today representing the Nevada Brothel Owners Association. And so I would be here representing the Brothel Owners Association, and I think there's many things that the Brothel Association would like to share with this board. However, in light of the fact that Mr. Richards' attorney, Mr. Leventhal, is not going forward at this time, apparently, Mr. Richards and I are in agreement that it would be inappropriate for the Brothel Association to also go forward with any comments. So I apologize for taking your time. I apologize for indicating that I was representing Mr. Richards directly. That was inappropriate on my part. And I thank you for your time and your courtesy. And unless Mr. Leventhal's position changes, it would be inappropriate for the Brothel Association to share with this board things that we feel you need to hear at some point in time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Flint. Commissioners, is anyone ready to make a motion, or do you want to go forward? Do you want to
Let's address these separately.
Okay.
I'd like to address the liquor license first. And I'll preface this by saying no matter what decision the board makes on any of these issues this morning, there's going to be somebody out there who's going to criticize and second guess. Mr. Chairman, and I'm going to take this language directly out of the ordinance itself, and I'm only talking about the liquor ordinance right now. Upon examination of the crime and the applicant's prior criminal history and the 30-year unblemished record with Nye County, the applicant does not present and is not likely to present in the future a threat to county safety, morals, and welfare, and will likely operate a lawful liquor establishment in compliance with the letter and intent of all liquor ordinances. It is my motion to take no action on the liquor license.
Okay. Any other commission?
I will second that.
No, I don't think
Council,
you made
I did make a motion. That wasn't a motion. Council, is there a problem with that?
At pleasure of the board.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion and a second. I have a motion by Commissioner Eastley and a second by Commissioner Wickman. Is there any further discussion? All those?
Yeah. Are you voting on this? Who's voting, you or Callie?
I am.
You are, okay.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? That passes 5-0 on the brothel license.
No. Liquor.
No, on the liquor. Yeah, we finished the liquor. Now we'll go to the brothel.
Mr. Chairman, I'm ready to put a motion on the floor.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, according to Nye County Code 9.20.120 and 9.20.170, a felony conviction may be grounds for revocation, suspension, denial, or sanctions of a brothel license. However, Mr. Richards admitted to having committed a felony, and the board cannot ignore that. But having examined the circumstances of the crime and the applicant's prior criminal history and his 30-year unblemished record with Nye County, the board determines that the applicant does not present and is not likely to present in the future a threat to county safety, morals, and welfare, and will likely operate a lawful business establishment in compliance with the letter and intent of all brothel ordinances, as he has done in the last 30 years. Again, though, Mr. Richards has admitted to having committed a felony, and the board cannot ignore that. That is why I propose the following, and Mr. Chairman, this is my motion. And I do want to say that I have carefully considered this over the many weeks that this has drawn out. And frankly, my original motion was based on a combination of fines, business closure, and probation. But I believe that business closure would have a detrimental impact on the people that are employed at that business. If we put him out of business, those people don't have jobs. Therefore, I am going to limit my motion, Mr. Chairman, to a fine of 20% of the federal fine that was imposed, or $50,000, and a period of probation that will match the federal sentencing probation of 5 years, and those will run, what's the legal language, concurrently with the federal probation. So again, 20% of what was imposed at the federal level, or $50,000, and a period of probation to match the federal sentence of 5 years. And I would also include in my motion that the fine is due and payable within 30 days. And 30 days from the date of this hearing, if my motion passes. And Frank, well, I can't ask the sheriff because he recused himself, but I want to know what that probation would look like. Would that be a period, would it be examining the books? Would it be unannounced inspections, which you certainly have the right to do now? That's the only part that I need some assistance with.
We can already inspect because it's a privileged licensed establishment. You could, in the federal guidelines, they listed financial review, as well as contributions have to be disclosed. So
then really the details of the probation would match whatever is in the county code right now for inspection and examination of premises and records, correct?
The pleasure of the board. That'd be sufficient.
Okay. Have I forgotten anything? That's my motion.
Is there a second?
Yes, there is. I'll second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Eastley as stated, and Sam, you did get that correct. And a second by Commissioner Wickman.
Did you get that? Okay.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Frank,
Aye.
did you vote aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes 5-0.